40 more whistleblowers are coming forward after a recent Grusch smear campaign hit piece went out that I have quite a lot to say on and reveal on, as well as reports of aliens everywhere. Welcome to Soul Spy University, where your souls can run free and your minds are free to expand. Today, we will be getting into detail on some of these whistleblowers' mind-blowing accounts, as well as their family ties to the government. And I am defending Grusch from a recent smear hit piece, as well as revealing and debunking the person who reported on it with so much breaking information. But first, please like, subscribe, and share, as it means the world to our channel that is spreading truth right now, if you get my drift. There's also a donation link in the description box. If you get anything out of this at all, please consider. It means the absolute world to my heart. There's no little that's too little. And I'm also available as a list of services for anybody that needs any of the things listed in the description box that I can help provide help for. Okay, so I'm going to go through this, and then Tommy and I are going to discuss it. Okay, 40 more whistleblowers are coming forward, according to Jeremy Corbell, and he says there's no stopping it. According to Ross Colhart, who is the person who first interviewed David Grusch, the witness has an account from the 1980s, which means that it may have surpassed the statute of limitations and may be declassified at this point a little, but basically a non-human egg-shaped craft was stored at an engineer's house who happened to be his uncle, and it couldn't be cut open, and it was levitating the whole time. Oh. We're going to get into all of this. Basically, I'm going to give you guys the bare bones of everything, and then we're going to delve into discussion, okay? According to Coldheart, and whatever you want, Tom. According to Coldheart, the witness also spoke to Tim Burkett, who I looked up, and he is a Tennessee congressman representative. Also, oh, good job, Tom. Diamond UFOs were taped in Argentina, which is an article from Tim Bennell on Coast to Coast exclusive, who I'm subscribed to and will share to you here. So guys, take a look real quick. This is a diamond-shaped UFO.
Oh, that one looks familiar.
Yeah.
When was it from? That's not recent. I've seen it a long time ago.
18th. We're gonna find out right now. So according to Tim Bennell, a tantalizing set of photographs circulated online purportedly show a remarkably clear diamond-shaped UFO hovering in the sky over a plain in Argentina. The jaw-dropping pictures seen in the video above and isolated were posted on social media last week by Argentine journalists. Like, it's Argentinian. Also, they're spelling plane wrong, but okay. Claim that they were taken in the town of Escorial and subsequently sent to me by a resident of the plateau who asks to protect his identity. When pressed on, he could provide the images in their original format for analysis. Mateos indicated that I'll do my best, but I'm not authorized, and went on to explain that the witness was a field worker who does not want to have anything to do with exposing himself so much. Although the person behind the camera and the circumstances surrounding the sighting remain a mystery, the photos have understandably caused quite a stir in UFO circles by virtue of their remarkable clarity. All right, we'll get more on that in a second. I'm going to just kind of cover some other topics, and we'll delve more into other things. Okay, so yeah, so there has been a recent smear campaign against David Grusch. A hit piece went out, and basically claiming that basically, they're not saying he should be discredited, but they're basically saying we have records indicating that he suffered from PTSD and that there was an incident where his wife accused him of being an alcoholic to get help, and that perhaps there was hinting that he may seem or suggested to have been supposedly suicidal at the time, and was institutionalized. So I
Yeah.
have a lot to say about this. I have a lot to say about this. Sorry, I just looked at Tommy for a second. First of all, HIPAA. Second of all, Alcoholics Anonymous. Third of all, I can't help but feel that someone calling someone else an alcoholic is a matter of opinion, especially in this case.
Yeah.
Okay. No, but for real, okay, whether he's an alcoholic or not, like if he's an anonymous, he should be anonymous. And if he's not, he's not. Like, whatever. Like, but I have a lot to say about this. Okay. PTSD, I'd be worried if he didn't have it because then he'd be a damn sociopath. At this point, everyone in life has PTSD and he's been through a lot. He's a war vet, he's a decorated veteran. Also, he's still married. He's still married to that wife. So, what does that tell you? Okay. So, basically, I commented and basically
She's got
said,
real chatty.
I commented and said, a domestic dispute that was barely recorded once and told from another person's point of view, aka filters, isn't necessarily anything substantial against someone's character.
Yeah. Great.
Especially in this case. These are two different categories. These are two different categories we're speaking on here. And just because he's human shouldn't discredit him from anything, frankly. This could have evolved him to come forward to the truth, with the truth, or perhaps he was so stressed from keeping the secret, who knows? Judging anyone from a snapshot of their life, taken from a specific person involved's point of view, as we all know in relationships, two different people can have two entirely different points of views, aka perspectives, is such a reach, let alone unethical, especially to someone risking his life for ethics. What even further credits David Grusch and the rest is that if you lie to the Inspector General, you not only lose your job, reputation, life, and essentially, along with everything else you put at risk, you get a fine of over $10,000. I'm sure way more can and will happen if they find out any of these people lied under oath. They also obviously fear for their lives. No one risks all of this for no reason, which is why a lot of whistleblowers have backed out before coming forward because they just don't want anything to do with it, just like the diamond-shaped witness. What were you saying, Thomas?
I said, don't they get jail time too?
Yeah.
Yeah. It's crazy.
Anyway, so we can elaborate on any of this. You know, I could read more about this diamond-shaped UFO article. I could talk more about the whistleblower whose uncle had the craft in his thing. And yeah, I will go on all day about Grusch, all day defending that man. Also, we want to add in before we delve in is that Tommy brought up a really good point at one point, which is he kept seeing articles on his phone, things like that. Aliens are everywhere. I remember seeing articles about them being seen in California all over the place. And articles here, there, and the other, they were literally popping up everywhere. When we tried to look for it for this report, we can't find any of it so far, but he might have more. Go ahead, Tommy.
So yeah, no, we can't say aliens because I mean, after that documentary, we could say UFOs, UAPs, what do you want to call it? Because the simple fact is we don't know if it's aliens actually flying these things right now because it could be us. The other thing I was going to say earlier is, with him being an alcoholic, was that AA that came forward? Somebody from AA said that he was from an alcoholic because that's alcoholic and not.
It was this is from 2018. To me, I researched it. It seems like a domestic dispute with his wife.
And she said he was an alcoholic.
And she said, "You're an alcoholic. You need help." And he said something to the lines of, I don't know if it was to her or like a plaintiff or something, please kill me. I'm really upset all the guns are locked up. And he happened to get institutionalized. I don't know for how long. Um, but like to me, like, okay, okay,
Yeah,
like,
you're keeping ridiculous secrets all day long. You just
yeah,
can't say.
like, first of all, who knows if evolving from this has led him to expose the truth? Who knows if this was because he's keeping secrets, he's stressed out? Who the hell knows? Like, it doesn't matter. Like, these are two separate topics. Having a domestic dispute that, like, it's like that's all they got on him. Welcome to the rest of us. Like,
Yeah, it's like, and you said he was a war veteran? Is that right?
he's a decorated veteran. Um,
Or
I
what did
think
he?
he's a war veteran. I think so. I think.
Yeah, so, like, I have friends that they fought in, Iraqi war and all, well, Iraqi, whatever you want to call it. And yeah,
Yeah.
like, I thank God for our military because, like, it's what they do is ridiculous. So I have no qualms when they come back and, they need to have need to have a drink, or they have to, like, they have a bit of spout of anger because the stuff they do is nuts. They have to do some bad stuff for freedom. They have to do
Yeah.
some stuff that no normal person can do. So if they need a drink, or if they have suicidal thoughts, these things are, like, I know we don't want to think it, but they're normal.
Yeah. I think it's normal for anyone that's a human,
Yeah,
are a
exactly.
human, let alone do what Tommy just mentioned. And, especially nowadays where apparently like 90% of men can't even qualify for the draft, which I'm not saying I agree with the draft, but like, not just anyone could go out there and do what they're doing.
Well, thankfully, there is no draft, so thank God for that.
Yeah. But it's just crazy. It's just, you know, I I cannot believe they're even trying. Oh, let me reveal, guys, the grand reveal of all of this. The guy that did the hit piece, the smear, okay? Oh my God. He's literally, let me find out. Let me tell you, okay? He's literally related to somebody that's trying to, like, let me see something. Yeah. His name is Ken Klippenstein. Okay. His father is Stephen J. Klippenstein, who works for Argonne National Laboratory, a
Oh,
U.S. Department of Energy multidisciplinary science and engineering research center.
oh, okay. So that makes sense.
Yeah.
Because if we have alien spaceships, then we have alien technology. If we have alien technology, then we don't need, all the energy companies now because there's obviously free energy.
Exactly. So, yeah, Ken Clemenstein, who wrote Intercept's Highness piece on David Grusch, has been confirmed to be the son of an employee of the Department of Energy, one of the rumored key players involved in the UFO cover up.
What is happening? I'm sorry. Sorry, everyone, but my neighborhood is really going crazy at the moment.
And I don't care. I'm going crazy at the moment. I can't believe this.
Yeah,
Like,
big.
you know what? Honestly, if the government is doing whatever they can to silence this man and this is what they came up with, it just heightens his purity.
It's gotten out of hand. Like you were saying before, like I was telling you, I have been trying to find a lot of information, and like people have, I've been saying like the sightings of UFOs and everything have skyrocketed. It's gotten out of hand. But thankfully for the internet, they've been posting them on like Instagram or Twitch, or I mean Twitter and all that stuff. And unfortunately, they disappear pretty quickly. I had saved on Instagram like a few things of, there was in, I think it was Nevada, but there was like alien spaceships going across broad daylight and then being chased by jets. And this guy's like, holy Christ, what the hell is going? There was just a bunch of people around staring at this thing, and it's like right in clear blue sky, and I've been unable to find it. Please, people, if anybody can find this thing, please email it to us. Because I was like, what? I saved this. I saved it. It should be in my thing. It's not full. It should be right there. Nope. I looked up articles. I looked up all kinds of different things, and they just seem to just vanish.
That is
And
crazy.
so it's like, I don't know what the heck is going on. Well, I know what's going on, but I can't say it. Otherwise, it's like, oh, he
Yeah.
wasn't feeling proper. His emotions were all over the place, so he decided to stab himself in the back 50 times. That's just a suicide to me if I've ever seen one.
Yeah, or they'll frame one of us. Yeah.
Yeah, so uh I don't know, man. It's crazy. I feel bad for this guy. He's just trying to do the right thing. And like any human being, it's like you have a drink, you're an alcoholic, you have suicidal thoughts. I need to break something down to to a lot of people. A lot of men do. And it's not all like, oh, I
Just
really it
don't say
pops
the
in our head.
word anymore. Don't say the word.
Okay, well, that thing pops in our head, all of our, like everybody's head.
Mhm.
Everybody at one point or the other or another thinks that. Some people will say it out loud. Some people joke with it. Some people do it. So it's like it's all a matter of like will, and so it pops in some people's heads. And then what was the other one? What was the last one?
PTSD.
PTSD. Man, he was a veteran. Come on.
Even if he's not, who doesn't have PTSD? And if he's a veteran, all the more reason. Like that is the soft drink of diagnoses. Okay. And I'm not saying he would be qualified or credited even if he did have other diagnoses, but like I'm just saying if this is all they can dig up, God bless. He might be a saint.
And also, yeah, we forgot the last part. The guy whose dad is running the electric
Yeah,
company is the one reporting on this.
exactly. Exactly.
So it's just and the thing is, people will believe it, and it's mind-boggling how stupid our society is becoming. Nobody they don't want to research. No one wants to research. They'll take the tiny little snippet and they'll believe it as truth, and it's disgusting. So I don't know, man. I feel bad for this guy. I thank him for what he's done, but he's right, and I feel like I don't know, man. I can't I can't get the words to express the like anger I have at everyone's foolishness, at everybody's
Remember,
willingness to believe.
remember, it's not everybody. It's not everybody.
But it's the majority. People,
We
if it
don't
has
know.
nothing to do if it has nothing to do with them personally, they just brush it aside as, oh, nonsense.
Yes. Okay, so we can't assume everybody because there's many like us, and there's
Yes.
many that are almost like us or further than us. So we can't assume everybody, but I do totally understand and share with the irateness of even when the man was reporting, he didn't seem to have a soul.
So
And
it's
whether
this
that be because he didn't really want to report on this, maybe he didn't really want to whistleblow, but if you followed the writing, he did. He did it, like, I'm not whistleblow, but hit piece, whatever.
yeah. It's just it's ridiculous. It's so it's painful to know that the people in control are in control. They are just following their greed for money and power and refuse to do the right thing and help out the little guy, not the little, but anybody, everybody. They just want to tamp down and keep their power. And it's sickening. And the simple fact that they're trying to attack this man for doing the right thing is a utter statement of the world we live in today. Because we watch the news, we watch all these things, and it's all, oh, this guy did this on this day. This guy did this on this day.
You know what though? You know
There's
what
nothing
though?
there.
Yeah, I get it. I don't like cancel culture either. But you know what's good about this is that some people are like us enough that they did their own research and realized, like me, that this guy's related to who he is, you know?
Yeah.
And they, with that, they are helping to debunk it just like this. And it actually bounced against them, because even before they debunked it, realizing this person's identity, they, it actually kind of further humanized David Grusch to people. And basically, it's like it just made him even more likable, actually. So that's good, you know.
Yeah. Yeah, that's good.
Yeah.
Um, I hope, I really hope for more from us. I hope that people, and I know you're right, people like us and others, they try to expand their minds to know the truth. Unfortunately, the majority do not. We're a very small, very, very small amount because people want to keep their jobs, basically. They want to keep the money coming in. And that's understandable. But then there's the people that just want to keep power, control. And that's sickening.
A lot of
And I hope
reporters.
everything changes.
Oh, go ahead.
No, I just said I hope everything changes. I
Oh,
hope
it
people.
is. It is. See, what's going on is, first of all, this population is growing. So it is important, guys, you like and subscribe, because we're going against the grain here. We're not very well advertised due to the content that we are spreading. But also, um, so what was I getting at? It was something that you were saying with, oh, okay. So yeah, a lot of reporters are actually like asking questions such as, well, where are these whistleblowers? Like, why are they not coming out? Like, why is there not just proof? Why aren't people just speaking? And what I want to respond to that is, number one, they are working on a system to protect whistleblowers, which is why more and more are coming out. However, it's still in progress. So that's why not as many have come out yet. It's a very intricate system. A lot of them are still employed by these people, and no one's worried about one person or one system. It's like systems, and it's the ones that do come forward. That's why we need to applaud, because they are going against everything. They are, David Grusch came forward over a year ago, and it's just who's going to pick up the story. And in the meantime, he's had to endure a lot of like ramifications for it, which is absolutely insane, because it was literally his job to oversee the safety and ethics of these people.
Yeah.
So he's actually doing his job from his soul and heart, and not just checking off a box on paper of what's being told. And as a result, he's getting punished because there's layers. It's intricate. So he's not going to risk. I mean, he's not a dumb man. His credibility, despite what they're trying to show here, is, first of all right, good job. You're a human just like the rest of us. But his credibility is out of this world, you know?
Yeah.
Um, and And so he knows the reputation of other whistleblowers. So the thing is that some people are like, some people in Hollywood came out about Harvey Weinstein and this and that, and the whole Me Too movement. And why is that not going on more with the whistleblowers? First of all, it is. But how much are we seeing? How much is being filtered and censored? Also, the reason why it's not as much is because those people aren't getting killed. There's a reputation for UFO whistleblowers to get demolished. Either their lives are completely destroyed or literally destroyed, where they're not alive anymore. Thank God Bob Lazar is still alive, but he basically proved all this. Okay. And what it is they will go to no length. Like there's no length they won't go to destroy reputation, to publicize that the person's lying, to say, look, they'll literally fabricate paperwork, destroy paperwork, whatever the case is, to mess up someone's stuff. I mean, there is so many stories of this. And you watched Lost Century. We did a video on that, guys. Dr. Stephen Greer's Lost Century. Check out our video on it, narrated by Fred Durst, by the way. Huge amount. So people that are like, where's the evidence? Where? I don't know. Check out the advanced AI technology that the government's probably had for so long, 500 million years ahead of us this whole time that they're covering up. Check out all the whistleblowers that tried to come forward that only we know of that are dead now. Check out all their reputations that are destroyed.
Check out us going from corded phone to a computer in our hand to remember the old MS-DOS computers, and then all of a sudden we're like, oh, we have this tiny computer that has more power than freaking any spaceship ever. And it's like, look at the technology we have today. That came from, and then look at the jump we made. It's an absurd jump. It's not 100-year jump where most freaking technology goes. It was like a 10, 20-year jump. And it was like, what the? It came from somewhere, people. Come on. There's your proof. It's not foolishness that it's just some genius popped out of someone's freaking like room and it's like, hey, this is what's what. And everybody's like, oh, we get it now. No.
Not only that, you want to get weird, you want to get deep. I think you mentioned in this podcast or the previous one that bears are huge and they're very predatorial. In other words, we're not the most powerful species, right? But we're the most intelligent. So like, look at all these bigger animals with bigger brains than us. But why are we let's bring this up. Why are we more intelligent? I mean, guys, all I'm saying is we don't have to get into that. We can follow the dots. You can connect your own dots if you really want to get into that. But,
I don't.
So people that are, and what I really don't like is people commenting, like, if it was really real, there'd be proof. There's proof. Are you kidding? Look into the history of it. This is why when I first met Tommy, we used to get so many fights because I'm like, you don't even know. You have to open your mind. And nowadays people are, and I'm really happy for that. And I'm really grateful. And part of the reason I made this channel is because at the time, a couple of years make a huge difference. Okay. Because at the time, a couple of years ago, this was taboo to talk about. And I wanted to invite a community in that is okay to hear about it, that's okay to talk about it. No one's going to be called crazy, and let's expand consciousness. We don't have to believe what we're expanding our consciousness to, but the point is that we are expanding it and we are relaxed enough to go there. And that's how, the reason for it is because we're kind of like programmed from a very early age to only be in certain structures. And if we were born on another side of the planet, we'd be completely different with all those structures. So we're here as like souls and spirits having a human experience, not humans having a spiritual experience. So this is what this channel was originally for. And now that it's all coming out, I'm really glad. And do we know in what way it's coming out? There's a lot of people saying there's disinformation. Well, we know there's going to be something trying to protect what we learned in Dr. Stephen Greer's documentary on the lost century, which you guys should watch that video. We did cover it. So that way you don't have to buy it. But it's a fascinating documentary that you should watch. But if you don't buy it, just watch our stuff. But yeah.
You should watch it.
Huh?
I said you should all watch it. It'll cost you basically these days a cup of coffee and a buttered roll. That's what it's going to cost you just to watch this.
Just so you guys know, there's been a movie I've been wanting to see. What was it? What was that movie? Was it?
Everything, Everywhere, All at Once.
Yeah, for years, and we never got it because we are really responsible with things. And when this came out, for the sake of the podcast, we did rent it. We did not realize that if you don't watch the whole thing within a couple days, something where it just disappears.
Yeah.
So we actually ended up renting and buying it, and we're not like that. We think it's completely worth it. But for those of you that are also very responsible and want to come to us for the information, that's no problem too. Check out our video on it. You don't have to buy it. But it is very informative. But yeah, either way, this is just, for people, all I'm saying is for people that are saying, where's the proof? All right, well, congratulations. Because number one, you're finally asking questions. So that's good. Intelligent questions lead to intelligent answers. If you were to actually want to know those answers and do the research or watch our channel, they'll find the damn proof. It's a very intricate system. And at this point, I feel disclosure is pretty much out there. It's official disclosure is pretty much out there. It's been right in front of our eyes the whole time because we've done our research. We know this stuff. People that have known it in the ufology community, all that stuff, they've known it. But now that it's officially out there, it's at the point where they did it in such a baby feeding way, such a kind of like getting our consciousness ready way, that it's at the point where people don't even care because they're distracted by this ad or Moxie or this addictive thing or this addictive food or this addictive this and that. And hey, we're all humans fighting the same battles there. So I'm not judging anything there, but they know what they're doing. Go ahead.
That's exactly right. They're being inundated with nonsense, things that really don't freaking matter. Oh yeah, no, there's aliens, all over the place. But hey, check out this new freaking app that you don't have to freaking do anything. You just talk to a robot and it'll tell you what to do. Oh, isn't that great? Or hey, play a stupid game or freaking watch this new show. Oh, who's he gonna give the rose to? Who gives a god? Who gives a crap? Who gives a crap? There's species more intelligent than us, more technologically advanced than us here, and we have control of their technology that a secret organization of our world is controlling. People, dear God.
Well, it's not only that. It's not only that. Like with the AI stuff, like Sam Harris is like, if we got a note from the future, from like the robots, or like, hey, we're gonna be with you, blah 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 blah, and people are like, they would then wake up and realize this is gonna be a relationship that happens with a set of beings that are far more intelligent than us. And here I am, like, yes, please, yes, please. Like, hey, if you guys have fears about this, here's the thing. I am smart enough to know that I don't know everything, which is why I started this channel. Because who am I to be like everybody else I know and assume there's no aliens? No way. I know enough to know that I don't know everything. I've also experienced enough to know what I know. So my thing is like, if you have any fears about this, okay, be patient with yourself. It's okay. But you also don't have to have them. If you do your research with Dr. Stephen Greer and stuff like that, the real supposed aliens are actually pretty friendly. And the ones that are manufactured by who are not. So, I would love, from my instincts from the get were like, yes, let's invite whoever the hell in to have some coffee or a drink, or let's learn some stuff. Please tell me about your planet. In fact, no, you don't even have to go there if you got PTSD. Live here. You're good.
Our
Let's
only problem is like we're having a conversation and they're just like trying to stick their fingers in our mouths. Like, no, no, no. So, yeah, you're right. I just sometimes I just get so fed up with the state of things. Yeah, disclosure's happening, but it's in a way of that they can control it, and it's still horrible. I just simply hope for the day where these guys just be like, "Hey, we're gonna go ahead and just go around all the governments and everything, and just go to the people, let you all know who we are, what we are, and hopefully that day when they let us know that it's not, oh yeah, no, we created you so that you can be food for us, because that would suck.
No, I don't. That's not what's happening.
Or
I
our
don't feel that way.
or our sex partners. Listen, you're basically our sperm bank, because we don't have genitals anymore, and we're like, what? It's like, yeah, sorry.
Well, then we would work out some political system where we get retribution or something. I don't know. We have less than a minute. I think only good can come from this. Um, you know, I I think so. I don't think the government is just going to be like, this is what's happened. There's too much for them to cover up. It is leaking out
Never,
in a
never.
way that they can control, like you said.
Even when these aliens actually come out and friggin' let me see it, the government will still be like, oh, are they Democrat or liberal?